the 1980s, the Capital City Club was established as a private dining club that could afford all professionals in the city a place to do business in a social environment. Prior to the club's opening, the only other clubs in Columbia did not offer membership to women, African Americans, or people of the Jewish faith. In the club's 28-year history, it has grown to be one of the most popular clubs in the capital city and one of the most diverse private business clubs in the nation. Luther Batiste is Chairman Emeritus of the Capital City Club and a member of the club's Board of Governors and Executive Committee. For our first look at Black history in South Carolina beyond the month of February, we met with Mr. Batiste to learn more about the club's rich history and its ongoing role in today's business climate. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm great. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with me. Wanted to talk to you today about the Capital City Club. There's always been a long rumor that part of the reason or founding of the club, they really wanted to make sure that African American business people were able to attend. And some people say it's myth, some people say it's rumor, and I wanted to get to the bottom of it to kind of find out the true history. And I wanted to know if you can kind of share that with us today.
Absolutely. It's not myth, it's history. Back in the 1980s, there was an IBM executive in Columbia who wanted the opportunity to do business at a private club, possibly go to a country club and play golf and do business, go to a dining club and do business. And the two clubs at that time were the Summit Club and the Palmetto Club, and neither offered membership to women, African Americans, or Jews. And when this IBM executive found that he couldn't use any of the clubs, he made it a public issue. And it pointed out the inequities in Columbia when it came to private clubs and country clubs. A group of people got together and met at the firm of Giger, McElveen, and Kennedy, led by former Governor Bob McNair, to discuss the possibility of starting a private club, a private dining club that did not discriminate on the basis of gender, race, or religion. As a result of that, in May 1988, the Capital City Club opened. One of the founding members of the Board of Governors was my law partner, I.S. Levy Johnson, an African American. And that club started with more than 750 people. And the purpose of it was to make sure that African Americans, that people of the Jewish faith, and women would have a chance to be able to join a club and to participate and have all the benefits that a private club would afford. So the Capital City Club is really a unique club. There are probably not many clubs of its kind in America where the purpose of it was to promote equal opportunity and equality, as opposed to trying to have a club that discriminated based on whether someone was a woman, African American, or whether they were Jewish.
Okay. Mr. Batiste, now you've been in the Columbia area a long time.
That's correct.
Can you, for the people that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm a native of Orangeburg, went to University of South Carolina, graduated in 1971, went to Emory Law School, graduated in 1974, came back to Columbia, went to work with I.S. Levy Johnson. A year later, Bill Toll joined us. We formed the firm of Johnson, Toll, and Batiste. First firm integrated at the partner level since Reconstruction. I've also served on Columbia City Council from 1983 to 1998, served 2 terms as Mayor Pro Tem, served as Chairman of the Airport Commission, and served as Chairman of the Capital City Club for 11 years. There are some other things I could mention, but I'll just stop there.
In your years in Columbia, how has the business climate changed or benefited African Americans? Have you seen that African American business owners now have more opportunities, or where are we?
I think we've made progress, but I think there's a lot more progress to be made. I think that when you look at economic development in the Black community, I think the major economic development is taking place with churches. I think the mega Black church in Columbia has really become a force in the community. I think there are more opportunities, for instance, for African Americans in law firms and in other businesses, but we have not achieved what we need to achieve to reach economic parity. We must continue to fight for economic parity and for a place at the table.
If I'm a local business owner in Columbia area, what would be some of the benefits for joining Capital City Club?
Well, a lot of benefits. First of all, it's a very classy club. It's at the top of the tallest building in Columbia, beautiful views. It's a nationwide club where if you're a member of Capital City Club, you can use business clubs all over the country and all over the world as a member. But from a business standpoint, it gives you access. It gives you the opportunity to network and partner with other people in the business world. It gives you a great place to take your clients or to socialize with other people for the purpose of business. It presents a first-class, classy atmosphere to do business and to have fun. And it gives you access to similar clubs all over the country. Capital City Club is probably one of the most unique business clubs in the United States because of its diversity. It is very diverse. If you go to some of the other private clubs in Columbia, you will not see the diversity that you see at the Capital City Club. And the access to people in politics, in business, in government that you have there is unparalleled in Columbia.
Mr. Batiste, thank you for taking time to sit down with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you, and thank you for all you do with the Minority Eye. Great, great business vehicle.